it's Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. So in this video, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that, this is a process and it takes time. You have to really be patient with yourself because, it took you many, many years to decide something about yourself. This happened gradually over many years. You've created a belief about yourself or about something in the world. It doesn't always have to be just about you. You may have decided that the world's not a safe place. Like my mum, she lost her parents when she was 5. They passed away. And from that moment, she decided that the world's not a safe place. That things can be taken away from you. Important things, like your parents. 1 minute they're there, and the next minute they're gone. Life is fragile. These are all the things I grew up with. It's a hostile world out there. It's not safe. It's not safe. Beliefs. These are beliefs that are created from events that happen. And so you go out into the world thinking that everything out there is going to hurt you. Everything out there is designed to take away. So just as they were taken away, the most important people in your life are taken away at such a young age. How can you believe that it's a safe world? How can you believe that you are protected, that you are supported by life? So all of these things, they've taken these beliefs, these things that you've decided in your mind, have taken many, many years to create these beliefs and these thoughts about yourself and the world. So, you can't expect that you're going to start watching all these videos or that you'll start doing the process. You might buy the book, and start following that process. This book now, I'm trying to think how long ago I started. I started shortly, about 5 years ago, I started writing it. So I'm thinking my little one's nearly 6 and she was born when I started making all these notes and writing all this stuff down. So she would have been a good 1 year old, I think, when this whole process started. So, you have to have that patience with yourself. That if it's taken you, as it did with me, 40 years to create all these ideas about yourself and the world, all these beliefs of how things work, you're not going to wake up one day. It's not going to happen in one day. It's not going to happen overnight. Nothing ever does. Nothing ever does. I promise you. It does take time for you to understand what you've created and to be able to let it go. That it's not the truth of who you are. It's not the truth of the world, about the world. Or any other beliefs that you've created. A lot of mine were created around money. And for the longest time, I kept pushing it away and not understanding why I would do that. When I want to live a prosperous life. I want to live an abundant life. We all do. And yet, we sabotage ourselves in every single way possible. That, to make that not possible for us. Because not having that makes us feel bad. Not having that prosperity, not having that abundance in any field. It's not just with money, but if you don't allow yourself to have it in love, if you don't allow yourself an abundance of love, that you can love freely and people can love you freely. There's always a block there pushing others away, or a wall, that they can get to this wall, but then they can't climb over it. It's just too high. So they can't really get to you, the you on the other side. You've created this huge wall, and people will make an effort. But if you've made that wall too high, there's just no way they're going to get over it to get to you. So you got to think about that today. In what ways your beliefs that you've created about yourself or about the world, in what ways are they stopping you from having the wonderful things that you want to have, that we all deserve to have? You know, love is one of them. Money's another one. Without money, you know, we can't travel. There's so many wonderful things that we can't do if we don't have the finances for it. You know, to be able to gift to another. You know? And then there's health. Many of us, we sabotage ourselves through our health and not allowing ourselves to feel good physically. Not just physically, but mentally. Because I found for many years, for me, I was drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day. Quite strong coffee, by the way. I still love coffee, okay? I can't, you know, say that I love coffee. I love coffee. I love the smell of it. I love everything about coffee. I love the taste of it, just everything. I'm a coffaholic. Okay, I'm gonna confess today. That's my first step. I'm a coffaholic. But I found for the few times in my life where I decided not to have coffee, my thoughts are clearer. My brain isn't foggy. Because drinking all that coffee, for some reason, I just found my brain was foggy all the time. I was finding it hard to think. It was like it had to work through mud, you know? So it was really an effort to do anything with my brain. It just felt sluggish all the time, you know? So all these little things that we do to ourselves so that we don't feel good, you see? So I know because for a long time I've done so many of them. And you don't realize they're the patterns that you set from your childhood, you know, for yourself. Not taking care of yourself properly, that you can feel amazing, because we all have that in us. If we just give ourselves what we need, you know, to feel good all the time, you know. So I want you to think about that today. This is the thought for today. How are you stopping yourself? What are the beliefs that are holding you back from letting you have all the wonderful things that you really want to have? Because I'm sure there's a list of things. You can write a whole list of things. I really want to have this and I really want to have that. That's my greatest desire is to do. Fill in the blank, whatever it might be, okay? And then there'll be the list of why you can't do that. What is stopping you from doing that? And then I want you to really look at that list and see how much of that you have created with all these old beliefs that you've been dragging along your whole life. You've been dragging them. You just carry them with you everywhere. Wherever you go, you bring this, you know, all this old stuff with you that you've decided about yourself. You've decided about the world. Old stuff. Old. You know, some of it, a lot of it, sometimes is passed down by the adults around us. They're not even things that we would have considered for us, you know, but it's been passed down. These beliefs have been passed down from generation to generation. 4 generations, you know, it just goes on and on and on, these old beliefs. Because my dad could have kept on with that belief of, oh, well, you can't go soft into the world and not shown us any affection. He could have kept that belief going. Because we have to be tough, we have to be hard to go into the world and survive out there in the world, you know? So think about it. Because the only reason that you can't have all those things that you really desperately want to have is you. You're the only one holding yourself back from having any of that. You're the only one. You have always been the only one. All right, my darlings, so I really, really want you to take that to heart today and start to look at it. Look at the things that you really want to have and look at your list of why you can't have them. All right? I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.